I was standing, and then I said, let's sit down for IHP show, the late show, on this lovely 111. So, meditation and deep quiet and stillness. There's that Simon Garfunkel song of the silence and the sound of silence, and silence, is like cancer that grows. So yeah, definitely for people who ruminate, silence doesn't help them, which is why meditation isn't enough. It's just showing, even though you can't tell what it is, but it's a hand. Believe what they're doing is this, and you see the third eye. So when you can sit in silence in a way that allows you to not have your left mode on. Your left mode of the brain is that masculine. It's the linguistic digital representation. It looks for right and wrong. It has that subjective experience in the way it's organized, from you feeling nothing in the left mode, but thinking everything. And adaptive children, inner children with the left mode, that's where they lead from. That's why they don't know how to be quiet while another person is speaking, leave the 2, 3, 4, 5, all 3-year-olds to the floor, and then just come together and have fun. The digital part of the brain is how they call it, while the right mode is not digital, I forget, analogical, I think. And so it is where it's the nonverbal, non-linguistic, and we use it for our eye contact and facial expressions, tone of voice, posture, gestures, timing, and intensities. That's where you send and receive those, okay? And it's impaired bilateral, no, that's another note. When there's impaired bilateral integration, a person can't read the right brain stuff. And that's something important to note. So people who use a dominant left mode and did not have, for example, experiences with the right mode, which would be the avoidant, the avoidant attachment category, and I believe it's called disconnected attachment style. The ambivalent, which is the preoccupied style, ambivalent category, attachment category, they have a excessive activated right mode. So for the avoidant, they have a head that's disconnected from their body, and to feel emotions is something that actually sends them pretty much in dissociative clinical experiences until they begin to work with their window of tolerance and learn to regulate and say, I'm safe to be around people, I want to be around people. But it's good if they know that their 0-1-year-old is leading the show and that it's nobody's fault. They don't need to point a finger anywhere, but they want to understand it's a process to expand that window of tolerance. The ambivalent, the process is actually being able to stop canceling themselves out and looking to serve all other people's emotional needs in a way, and then to be preoccupied and anxious in a way that somebody's not going to come back because they got inconsistent feedback, and so they get anxious, and that feels really frightening and uncomfortable. And then we have, in the category, it's disorganized attachment, which has a sub-secondary attachment category of secure or avoidant or ambivalent, while for the styles, I think they call them fearful avoidance or fearful anxious. It depends, but usually it's that they switch to one or the other depending on the partner or partners at hand, for people who are interested in the lingo for partners. And in this case, for my polyamory community, partners, meaning lots of different types. For monoamory, you are considering partner only one human being on the face of the planet, and it would be the sacred connection that I'm assuming you're either waiting for or you've established. That's how I know mononormativity works. And that's where, enough with the educational stuff, I wanted to share the importance of the right and left mode so you can understand that they have separate functions, and the self, that would be the seat of consciousness, is in your right mode according to the neuroscientists that inform us of it. Of course, the ones who want the ancient silverbacks to lead the way in just stories will say, no, it's not true. It's not about truth. Truth is in the land of equanimity, means you know how to just chit chat about topics. And that, there's a lot of beautiful people studying consciousness. I watched the interview, and they don't have anything different to say that I haven't heard of or contemplated personally. And a 5D mystic is somebody who is an integrated brain. So we use our left and right mode. We have secure attachment and the inclination, if not immediately, to already maintain your sense of self, to be your whole 3-year-old heart without a problemo. So we show up fully and completely always. Our home is tidy. And on this lovely 1111, we're not doing much of difference. We don't need to figure out who's got our back, who doesn't have our back. That's teenage school. So let me go to high school. I noticed high schoolers and their emotional immaturity. Now that I'm a grown-up, I know about it as people who have potential attachment wounds and trauma. And a lot of people I know keep saying that the way that people live their life in movies like Hangover or Mean Girls is actually quality of life, versus they're in their survival mode, drama land, and it's a high school. So emotionally immature people, they like to talk about themselves as adults, but there's an inner child in every one of them that's being led by the adaptive child, which is their teenager version, which is why they don't actually have compassion for all humanity. So their oversoul needs to pick favorites, otherwise they won't feel special, and they won't therefore know how to close the door to, whatever. So when you have fun in life, because you're curious, and yes, I'm laughing for a reason, I'll share in a minute. 3-year-old whole hearts, we have fun with life and with our loved ones. So when I saw teenagers do what they did, I didn't get heartbroken. No, what I figured was, wow, my heart's broken, but it isn't, because I'm breathing. Shit, oh my gosh, I'm still here. Wow, well, that one was weird. I thought they would say, that's not, I didn't know. I learned something. Oh, I learned a lot of shit. Oh, wow, it's amazing. It's amazing to be curious about people. So that's what secure attachment people do, the shadows. When we're in our limbic system, we identify it. We're like, I don't have to be like the drifter in the waves of this in-depth ocean. I know I can sit in the middle, so let me try, without any yoga, to self-regulate my lovely nervous system, integrate my brain. And the perfect storm, it ain't no storm. No, that's giving too much credit to something that I don't think had to happen at all. Because, oh, look, the sound of silence, what does it do? It creates a cancer. Yes, people who ruminate and they wander in their ruminating brains with anger, certainty is what arises. The evil Knievel medievals, they start making up stories, limited possibility, not like this person on this bridge. No. They start venturing off into not accepting themselves and having compersion for their twin flames or their soulmates or their oversoul. No. The teenagers start doing, I need to cleanse myself because, oh no, there's dark energies and vampires and auras. And all of those who are in the 4D plane began to become quite annoying to a 5D mystic like myself. And I was like, what is this? What are they doing? So when you're a securely attached person, it means you're a functional adult. It means that mystic with the lovely sphere of consciousness. Anyone who speaks about my oversoul in terms that are not endearing becomes a person and more that I say, you sound like my teenage friends who, when they would have a breakup, would be like, they don't deserve love. I deserve love. I'm always by myself. I'm always doing everything for everyone. And I would be like, okay, I got it the first time around, but now you're starting to exaggerate. You're calling them names. It's unnecessary. And they deserve love just as much as you do. No, why would you say that, Maria? Did they hurt you physically that they need to go to prison? What were you talking to me about? Let me think. A lot of subjective experiences out there. Yeah, a lot of people doing that. So that's not mysticism. That's teenage land with amygdalas and mysticism. But really it's because it's a sphere of energy. And it is a bandwidth. And it's really fun when instead of doing all of that, you understand how to heal trauma for real, bring more securely attached people around, not talk about your twin flame or oversoul like pieces of shit, and be an actual intellectual human being who uses left and right There's good trauma therapists for those who need support.